Hello my brother, this is the Maono dm20, the microphone we ought to talk of today. This microphone, he can actually get up to speed with your phone. He can also be used straight with your computer or in whatever way you'd suppose. So let's dive deep into the video and see more. Hello buddy, I welcome you to this video, and today we're going to be talking about this boy I hold right in my hand right now. So, how did I get this camera? It's been 3 months since I've been using it. I've made a stack of videos with it. For those who don't play Minecraft, a stack is basically 64. I've made 64 freaking videos with this little microphone. So, if you're like, how did I get it? How did you get it? Well, the story is as follows. So you know the archetype of a few friends who set out on an adventure only to give up last moment? Well, that was my friend group, and their adventure was essentially to start a podcast. They kind of fricked it up really badly. I tried to persuade them into not giving up, but they did. So I started my own YouTube channel so that this mic doesn't go to shit. I mean, I spent $30 on it. In Indian currency, I think that's 2.6k INR. And yeah, I spent 2.6k INR. I'm not from USA. So that is literally the way I got this camera. No, the way I got this microphone. So let's take a look at its in-depth stuff little by little right now in this video. As the saying would go, the devil is in the details. And we are going to find a lot of devils today. Good devils, bad devils, and daredevils that are just there for the sake of being a gimmick. And as we do all of this, we will reach a conclusion at the end where we shall talk about whether this is the microphone for you. Because it can very well be the best microphone, but will it be the best microphone for your use case? We will find that out at the end of the video. And right now, let's go and search for devils. So brother, right now we're going to take a look at the details, as I said earlier. And right now, we're going to start off with audio quality. Audio quality. As any microphone, you can record any kind of sound quality you'd like to. Say 16-bit wave files. That's what you're hearing right now. And my phone is the recorder for this thing here. And another big thing about this is that you can connect it with your phone and you can use this app called Open Camera and record all of the audio. For context, if you want to know how the in-camera audio sounds, I am switching to the in-camera audio in 3, 2, and 1. Hello. This is the in-camera audio. Now, for context, if you want qualities of 2 other microphones, this is like a lavalier mic. You're gonna hear me speak through that in 3, 2, and 1. So this is me speaking to you through the Boya BY-M1 that I call the shotgun mic. Okay, you heard me speak through the lavalier microphone, and right now we're going to hear one of my friends talking from another microphone that is just a little bit more expensive than this.
If you clicked on this video, you're probably wondering what I'm on about. Well, give me a minute and I'll explain.
So there may have been a little bit of a difference between our audio recordings, but if you look at it, that's mostly because I set the gain knob to the highest thing possible, and he set it to the middle thing. That's where the main difference would come in, I'd presume. And the other part of this is the audio quality is good, yes. A huge part of audio quality is its pickup pattern. So this is not at all related with audio quality. I kind of got them mixed up. But the pickup pattern, it's still nevertheless really important. Like this microphone, they say has electric noise reduction, right? It actually has ANC and it's active all of the time. But it is not ANC in the sense that it identifies what sound waves are coming in and it kind of deletes the sound waves by producing anti-sound waves. Like that's how ANC works. This doesn't work that way. It simply doesn't capture the audio that comes from afar. Let me show you. So right now you're seeing a mild background noise here. This is like the balcony and you can even see the other houses from here. This is like the camera audio and I know it sounds terrible. Let's switch to the Maono. And you'll find that the Maono's audio is much better. It does have a few problems with wind, but you can use software to remove it. That's how subtle that is. So this is essentially the Maono's performance in the presence of a external entity that fricks it up, that wants to frick it up at least. It is fine, but you can still hear the wind noise, and there's a certain reason for that. So yeah, we're back. Now I'm actually going to show you how it works. Now imagine that there is this ball over here. You see the ball, right? Yeah, I think you do. Now let's actually think that the microphone only picks up everything inside this ball. Let's not even say it's a ball, because that wouldn't be a fair comparison. Let's say it's something like a huge inflated heart. Like this is the microphone over here and this is like its front side. And what we'll have is like a huge inflated heart balloon that is extremely big, and that is its coverage range. And when I said coverage range, I meant that if you were sat here, the microphone would hear you pretty well. But if you were sat here too, the microphone does have a chance of hearing you a little bit. And that is where exactly the fan sits. So that's why you were able to hear the wind noise. And if you make sure that your roof is way high up as compared to your head, this problem shouldn't even exist in your case. Else, if the problem does exist, I do not suggest turning on the fan and recording. I'm essentially turning off all the fans and then recording. And what you can do is you can use an air cooler kept behind this microphone, because you see here, if I kept the thing behind here, the microphone will have zero chances of hearing it. Like all the sound goes this way up front, but all the vibrations and jingles, they get lost. And that is what I did at one point of time when I actually needed an air cooler, when it was midway through summer. And yeah, that is essentially its way of capturing audio that makes sure that the wind noise is still kept in. But let's actually put a but there. If you wanted to do it on the microphone, there is a button called what is this? ENC. When you do that, the microphone's tip turns blue. What you have to do for this is essentially you have to long press on the microphone button and then it will turn back to normal. If you do this, the ENC turns on. But I'll tell you something. When I turn on the fan, the ENC is gonna sound dog shit. Let me show you. Yeah, I have turned on the fan and I am recording audio right now, but it still kinda sounds a little bit bad. Like my voice especially sounds terrible. Let me turn off the fan and leave. So if you agree with my point that point I made that the ENC is bad, well, you might be questioning why it is bad. It's because in a price range of 30 freaking bucks, nobody's got enough moolah to pour into a good chip. I don't mean the prices are really high. I'm pretty sure Maono is making their really good margins. Let's actually say they have 50% margins. $3 at max will go into this purpose. And if you're Indian like me and wondering about the price, it's 2.6k. I talked about this earlier. Why do I give two shits about it now? Yeah, that's about it for the noise cancellation. And let's get on to the next part of this. So let's just now say that you essentially want to use this and you are sold on all of the things. Or maybe you're not. But you want to use it with your computer. Then maybe get something with the version that has the support for a boom microphone stand. That will be so many times better than you just buying this with this stand, okay? There is a version called dm20. I'll also put that in the description, and you can check it out there. But if you just want something that is portable, handy, carryable anywhere you want to take it, then this is your go-to option. And okay, this is the form factor it comes in. How is the reach when you just normally sit upright? You have to take it closer to your mouth, otherwise the audio's intensity, it kind of goes lower. But for that, they have given us this thing called a gain knob. If you tilt it upwards, then it kind of works better that way. In its essence, it is not just that. It is actually like this. If you turn the knob towards a certain side, the audio that the microphone records intrinsically, that increases. So it's prone to give you better audio quality than digitally increasing it. The question you need to be asking yourself if you think you want to buy it is essentially the following. Do I want something that can essentially be a good microphone for a YouTube channel? Like anything beginnerish, and it's on YouTube or stuff like that, and you want the cheapest thing that can do everything very well, this does that. Or if you want something that can be handy, be put in your backpack, that is portable, able to work with your phone well. Right now I'm recording all of this audio from my phone, so it works with your phone if you're thinking about that. It also works with your PC, surprisingly enough. They have given a USB-A adapter. It's all plug and play. You don't need to give two shits about installing drivers and all of that stuff, even for your PC. And it does not stop with the PC. It is also capable of recording whiteboard videos straight from your tablet screen recorder, at least in a Samsung tab, because that was my use case. And voila, that was literally what I wanted to talk of in this video. I think I've covered pretty much everything except for one thing. Wait, let me bring that. There is this thing called audio monitoring. It does let you know whether the audio is being recorded or not. It's like by mistake you press the mute button and you don't hear jack shit. That becomes a problem when you're trying to speak and by mistake you've hit that. Here is like a 3.5mm jack through which you can insert a male 3.5mm jack into, from which you can hear all the audio and monitor yourself speaking. It does use a muffled voice of yourself so that you don't get distracted while you're recording, but you'll know everything is fine or not, or whether there's background noise and all of that shit. So that was actually the last of what I had to offer to you about this microphone. And in summation, this microphone is good for you if you're a beginner to this realm of YouTube or Spotify or whatever platform that you so choose to make your videos or podcast clips on. And it also makes sense for you to have it as a portable microphone, because you can literally throw it into any backpack and it would fit right in. That's how tiny it is. But the problem with this is essentially sometimes the wind noise is too much. It's not much of a problem because you can edit it out in post. And at last, if you really think about this microphone will really suit you if you want to actually get the best buck for your money. No, best value for your money. So, best value for money. In this price segment, I can tell you for sure that there is no other mic that is better than this. And that is quite literally it. Awesome quality, it's portable, sometimes gets in good wind noise, and it's the best value for money. And I must add, if you want a boom arm, get the version with the boom arm. The version's name is dm20s. Try searching that up. And if you don't want to search it up, I always have links in my description if that's what you need. And the boom arm is something that is really useful for a lot of people who are making content while they're recording from their PC. A video when they're recording from their PC. Why did I say content? Okay, all of that knowledge, I summed it up for you, and I think you remember all of it now. The other part is the ENC is utter trash on this, so do not use it. Just stick to the natural thing. It has a cardioid pickup pattern too. That's a very huge advantage. I actually think this is one of the cheaper ones with the cardioid pickup patterns. And that is quite literally it. Here is your well-deserved brofist that you will get at the end of every Mr. D Boxer video. This looks more like a block fist, but yeah, for the time being, let's adjust. Block fist. Yeah.